Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Party Shed After Dark. Teddy and Alicia thought they escaped Anasi's Goatman, but no, we're doing that tonight. Come on in, sit down, have a smoke, and trust us with your dopamine for a few hours. I don't know what the chemical that makes fear in your brain is. Otherwise, I'd say that. Is it adrenaline?
No, cortisol? No, that's stress, right?
No, that's
Cortisol
stress.
is stress.
Cortisol.
Real quick before we start, could someone just go into the stream and make sure that my voice doesn't sound like I'm...
I'm doing that right now.
Fine. Hold on, because we all got to bow to Plumbo.
Listen, I don't have to read these. I just want to make sure that it's not going to sound like I'm deep-throating my microphone for 2 hours.
Plumbo.
I got some bad news for you.
He is about to get so humbled by this story.
I'm scared of
Plumbo,
this.
talk. I'm listening to the damn stream.
All right, I'm talking. Does it sound okay? Does it sound like I'm got my microphone like halfway to my Adam's apple, or does it sound relatively normal?
It sounds fine.
Okay, I did turn the gain down a little bit on my end as well, so hopefully that helps.
I'm gonna. All right, there we go. I'm gonna bring you down just a touch more.
I'm gonna
say something now.
Okay, I'm saying more things. You went quiet all of a sudden, so I was really worried that like you just muted me without realizing for a second. But glad that's not the case.
Okay.
Anyway, glad to be excited to be starting these stories.
I want to thank the Academy.
We are very good. I just checked. Stream audio seems perfectly fine. I'm gonna turn Bluetooth off so I don't kill my headphones. There we go. All right. So,
are we gonna get another inch of snow on Saturday?
I know.
Ew.
Oh, on Saturday that sucks. I thought it was.
Yeah,
I thought it was
Friday
tomorrow.
night into Saturday.
Oh, that's
can we just not
such
get it at
dog
all?
shit. Okay, I'm gonna. That changes a lot of plans really fast.
Ugh.
Okay.
The real scary story is New England weather.
Yeah, wow.
Facts.
That actually changes a shit ton of my weekend.
Oh my.
Oh, I forgot. Once again, shout out to Miu, the original composer of pretty much every creepypasta song you've ever fucking heard. I'm gonna bring the music down just a little more.
Yeah, thank you, Miu.
Yes. Where is the thing? There we go.
Is anyone
also shout out
going
to
see
Big Bad Teddy? I'm in the middle of talking. Shout out to BigBadTeddyJacks.com where you can find all my social medias. Go follow me on stuff.
You were in a fucking mood tonight.
If I want to talk, I'm gonna talk, and you better deal with it. All right.
All right.
Damn.
That's my case.
Hey, Dimitri's hanging out in the chat. What's up, buddy? So,
what's up, Dimitri? You're gonna see me in my worst.
A little bit of background for this story. Plumbo, I don't think we have the original author because it was a 4chan post. That kind of explains the beginning style of it.
Yeah, according to the wiki that you linked, originally it was on 4chan's X board, which I'm given to understand is their supernatural board.
Yes.
Insofar as I can tell, Anansi actually refers to presumably the username of the poster. It has nothing to do with the actual Goatman of the story.
Oh, okay. So it's
yeah.
Okay, got it. I've always wondered about that.
Anansi is, I believe, a West African kind of trickster deity. I think heavily associated with spiders.
Yeah, he
made his way over to the Americas in the way that, unfortunately, a lot of things did from Africa. And
I already hate this.
Growing up, I remember there was a book my art teacher had us read, and it was about Anasi the spider. And, like, it was done in this, like, really fucking cool, like, construction paper art style that, like, I still think about occasionally. I'll see if I can find a picture of it at some point. I'll slip it into the episode here when I edit it. Maybe. But, yeah, so... This is... Sometimes I do. This is widely regarded as one of the scariest creepypastas ever written. That is obviously subjective, but I remember the first time I heard this. This was for a barometer. This one scared the fuck out of me. Like, and my barometer for this stuff is pretty high.
So the moral of the story, he and I are doomed.
Yeah, we're gonna hate life.
Yay.
I read this for the first time, I think a couple weeks ago. It got a little spook out of me.
Definitely if you're someone who has like a really wild imagination, like if you're that kid who kind of like would stare at the dark corner of your room and convince yourself you saw shit, like this story's gonna fuck with you.
Great.
I'm already getting those like chills down my spine.
I hate this for me.
I don't want to hype this up too much in case we read it and Teddy's like, this is dumb, like because we're gonna look like assholes. But no, this is one of the first creepypastas I read that like truly like I couldn't sleep after reading.
How did we get like pulled into this?
I don't know.
In the words of
we
the
were
great
voluntold.
Vampire Gallo, you were voluntold.
I just said that. Did you not hear me?
No, I know. I was just reiterating it. All
I'm
right,
just saying, the contracts have been signed. There's really no backing out of it.
What contract?
If you leave now, Jason Vaughn will break your legs.
I prefer that.
Well, then I'll have to go to work tomorrow.
All right, but without further ado, this is Anasi's Goatman.
So, it starts out in the form of a green text. Here's my story. Be 16. Be black and have family down in Alabama. They farm and own a huge amount of land down in Huntsville. Uncle owns a big house and a bunch of trailers they put out in the woods for hunting or camping. Down south cousins suggest that we go out there to camp. Know I'm a city kid from Chicago, so they tease the fuck out of me. Collect food, kill a pig and some chickens, and bring necessities to camp out for a few days. We get to the camp, and it's obvious something is weird. Air has this weird electric smell, like right before a storm. Like ozone. We think nothing of it, and unpack and go down to a little creek to swim for a few hours. All of a sudden, some older white guy and a white teenager come out of the bushes. He has a shotgun in the crook of his arm and says, "Hello," and asks us what we're doing this far back in the woods. Tell him about my uncle, who he knows, and say we're camping out. He tells us we need to be real careful out here and stick together because there was a big animal in the woods. His son, who's my age, asks if he can stay and hang out with us. He says okay. I'm going to stop green texting because the story is fairly long and the format is harder to write in. Thank you, it's hard to tell a story in two. So, we end up playing football. Dicking around with me. There's this white kid, Tanner. 5 of my cousins, and then 4 of their friends.
Can I interject
in
real
total,
quick?
there were...
I was recently made aware of this in regards to this story, and I unfortunately need to point it out to you guys. The author uses the phrase dicking around so much. Just wait. It's coming. I just want to. I
It's up on YouTube. We'll have a dicking around counter on screen.
What's the count so far? 2?
It's at 1.
It's at 1 currently. It's about to
ramp
ramp the fuck up. He uses this phrase like this. I hate that this was pointed out to me because now I can't unhear it.
I'm gonna grab a piece of notebook paper real quick, or something, and I'm gonna try to keep count of how many dicking arounds there are.
All right. Also,
there is to keep his mind off of the scary stuff.
There is quotes in this. There's dialogue in this, Plumbo. It's just a lot of you up front. Just a heads up.
Yeah, I'm aware.
I'm trying to find, like, the issue is, like, some of the better written stories are a lot of narrative, like, rather than, like, dialogue.
I mean, that's why you brought me on here.
Yeah, I appreciate you every time we do this.
I'm fine. I've got my Liquid Death, not sponsored. I am moisturized in my lane. Oh, shit, what flavor?
I'm drinking blueberry buzzsaw from their tea range.
That peach one is amazing.
I have a severed lime from their soda range
yeah.
lined up behind that.
I got the severed lime right here. Again,
Hell.
not sponsored.
Yeah, but yeah,
Not
hey,
a
what's
sponsor,
up?
just really good water. weirdly.
Sorry, what
I'm
paragraph
also
are we
wearing
on?
the Liquid Death brand diaper, the Mosh Pit diaper.
For
which
this
is
story.
Again, not a
real
sponsor.
product that they
Just
sell.
we would
Alright.
sell out for Liquid Death. Sam Reich and Liquid Death are the two
We're
things.
getting
we'll sell
so
Now
out
there's
for.
distracted.
two.
All
Now
right.
there's two. All right.
So we played
let's see.
football
In total,
dicking
there
around.
were dicking around. Counter at 1. In total, there were 5 girls and 6 boys. We were all around 15 to 17, and we ended up, just dicking the day away.
You wanna,
Does that
You
actually
know-
count?
you know when you
Are-
go
are
out
we
to the woods
trying
with you
that?
and your boys, and you just dick around, dicking the day
Maybe
away.
it's a southern expression. Guy says he's from Alabama.
Just dicking the day
Teddy,
away.
count that as a half, a 0.5
Me
of a
and, me
dicking
and
around.
Teddy just went out to the woods and just dicked away.
Oh no.
Around.
You ever,
One-
no, you've never had that. You've never gone out to the woods and just like made a few decisions that might cause you to cheat on your partner later in life.
You know, I can't say I have.
Might you want to go out to the woods and have some revelations about yourself?
Decision.
All right,
Go-
listen, there's a lot to unpack with what you just said, but we do need to get to a scary Goatman
Cheat
at
on your
some
partner
point tonight.
while in the woods with your best friend,
Dicking around.
who it may or may not be of the same gender.
Aaron has
Who
written
has-
fan
Well-
fiction about this.
Okay. Anyways.
Anyway,
Eventually,
eventually.
we head back to the camp and pull out
Dicks.
some stuff for a campfire.
Piece
Even
of
though
Not
the
the
trailers both
pause.
had kitchenettes. Tanner says that his family's property sits up against my uncle's. He wants to run home and ask his dad if he can come out camping with us.
And dick
My
around.
cousin Rooster, great name, says he's going to go with him since it's going to get dark soon. One of the girls also wants to tag along. It's about 7 o'clock, and it's starting to get pretty dark. They grab flashlights and take the trail towards Tan's property. The rest of us chill, we make s'mores, drink, and kiss on the girls. About 30 to 40 minutes later, there's the...
On the girls is a very weird sentence.
It is.
Again,
admittedly
probably like a southern idiom.
Yeah. All right.
This was also written in like 2012.
And it did, I believe it did say at the top it was edited slightly for grammatical flow. There's a smell of ozone again. You can notice it over the scent of the fire we'd started. This really nasty, coppery smell. Like right after you've had a nosebleed and it stopped. It wasn't exactly like dried blood, but it was that metallic, back of your throat smell. We immediately think that it's some kind of electrical malfunction, or that someone left a hot plate on or some shit. We search the trailers and nothing's on, but we can all smell it. All of a sudden, we can hear people booking it down the path towards us. Rooster, Tan, and the girl all come running into the clearing, out of breath. And they don't even break stride, they all run into the trailer, right by where the fire is. We all get the fuck out of there and into the trailers. They end up calming down. Even Rooster's crying his fucking eyes out at this point. All the while, the fire is guttering lower and lower. So my other cousins say, fuck it, and are about to go outside and get the generator out for shed between the trailers. Tanner goes, fuck no. Sorry, this is you.
Fuck no.
I feel like at this point,
Lock the front
we need
door.
a fuck counter.
Oh, yeah. Fuck no. Lock the front door. Ain't nobody going outside.
He's been crying too. His eyes are bloodshot and puffy, and his pants are dirty as shit. He goes on to tell us that they went up to his house. His father said sure, he can go out camping, but make sure they were careful on the way back, and that maybe they should take one of the hunting rifles just in case.
No dicking
Evidently.
around.
Tanner had seen something in their yard a few days before. One of their pigs had been ripped up and half-eaten. They assumed it was just some big cats or coyotes, even though they don't usually fuck with alive animals. Tanner went upstairs, packed his stuff, and told his dad they'd be okay without the rifle, because coyotes avoid people. Then they started walking back towards where we were camping. Rooster finally stops crying and shaking. The girl already had, but was now just staring out the window with a dumb look on her face. He says they had gotten halfway into the woods toward the camp when they started to hear shit in the forest. It was almost pitch black by this time, so they weren't sure at first what the fuck it was. The girl says that she heard something in the bushes right off the trail. They all beamed their flashlights over, and there was someone standing in the woods in a little hollow. Rusha said they shouted at him, told him that he was scaring the fuck out of them and what a dick he was. He says that's when he realized that the guy was facing away from them. They keep walking, and they start smelling the nasty coppery ozone smell. They say that they look off in the forest on the opposite side, and there's a dude standing there too, backward, slightly closer on the path. So now they start power walking, and Tan goes, "I should have taken fucking rifle." Sorry, that was you again.
Oh, hold on.
As they're telling the story, the smell is still.
Yeah.
As they're telling the story,
yeah,
the smell is still super strong, even inside the cabin. They say that after they started walking faster, kind of low gibbering had began coming from both sides of the wood. As they booked it back to the trailer, the girl said she flashed a light out of the side of them and saw something jerking itself through the woods.
Damn, he's out there dicking around too.
Louder.
Come again?
What the
I
hell?
just love, like, I was trying to move past it. I was fully
I was
content
not
to
gonna
keep
let you
going.
move past that. I was not gonna
Wait,
let.
I was gonna say, knowing this group, you
I
can't.
am
I
rapidly.
gotta pause for one sec.
Yeah. Go on.
Sure, he might say dicking around a lot. This guy says fuck so many times.
He
In the
does. It
next
is a weird amount.
paragraph, there's 2 fucks.
This is 4chan.
Of course it is.
I'm okay.
there's
He's
like
dicking around in the
5
woods. He's fucking. He's dicking the day
I
away,
just
and
want to
now
point out,
someone's
you were the one who was
jerking-
saying, like, this is a legitimate, like, scary creepypasta.
No,
This
it
one
is.
scared even me. And
It
like,
is, but upon looking back at this, I'm like, this might be a metaphor for homosexuality. He is okay. Anyway, jerking it in the woods or whatever it
Hey,
said.
sometimes you gotta dick around, man.
Just dick the day away, jerking. It in the
gibbering
woods.
just got louder and louder. And when they could see the light from our campfire, something had come out of the woods about 40 yards behind them onto the track. Then they just flat out ran as hard as they could to the trailer. So, we're out in the fucking woods. We're assuming at this point it's some rednecks or some shit trying to fuck with us. All of a sudden, my other cousin, Junior, starts going on about how he went to school with a native kid that was telling them about the Goatman or some shit. We promptly tell him to shut the fuck up because we don't need any spooky talk right now. But he just keeps going on and on about how it's the fucking Goatman and we're in his woods and blah blah blah. Now at the time, I had never heard of this Goatman or any of that, but then a couple years ago, year before I graduated from college, I had met him from a roommate, and I ended up asking him about it. And to sum it up, it's basically a fucking man with the head of a goat. And you can shapeshift and get among groups of people to terrorize them. It's also supposed to be kind of like the Wendigo. It's a bad mojo to even talk about it, and even worse if you see it. Keep in mind, I didn't know this back when I was 16. So, my cousin is going, Sorry.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Ace?
No, I'm here. Sorry, I was adjusting an audio thing. Like we were peaking like really bad for a second.
Oh, man.
Oh no.
The goat man's going to get in and fucking get us.
Girls are all terrified, and my cousins or I are fucking trying to figure out if it's just some hillbillies or an animal. All of a sudden, the smell just goes away. To this day, I haven't even experienced anything like it. Obviously, smells usually fade away or lessen, but it literally was just there 1 second and not the next. So it's after an hour, making it around 9 or 10. We've stopped shitting bricks enough to go back outside and stoke the fire again. We figure it was just some assholes trying to fuck with us, so we don't go back home, because we think if we do, they'll chase us through the woods with some crazy shit. Nothing else weird happens that night. We stay another night, and for the main part of that night, nothing happens. But at about 1 in the morning, we're outside getting drunk and telling stories. As someone is finishing some too spooky story, I don't remember what about, the smell comes back. It's so fucking strong that one of the girls literally starts vomiting. I stand up and you can
Literally.
actually feel how clammy the air is. I say we should get inside and that this isn't right. We should have just fucking left. We all go back inside and we're standing around. My cousin keeps going on about how it's the Goatman. My other cousin Rooster tries to shut him the fuck up. And all the while, I'm just feeling that something is wrong. I can't figure out what the fuck it is.
So first of all,
We end up Yep.
like I live in like a very dense forest. Like there are parts of like where I'm at where like the sun does not touch. At no point, I understand these kids are like 14, 15 or whatever. At no fucking point, if I smelled something that smelled like just like toxic copper sludge, and like we're hearing shit and people are freaking out about people in the woods, at no point am I like, yeah, let's go outside and get drunk, guys. Doesn't that sound fun? Like, what the fuck? Zero self-preservation. Alright,
Oh,
sorry. I
100%.
just had to throw that out there. Like that,
You're an idiot, man.
What?
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Alright, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
We end up sitting in there for a while. The smell is just as strong, and we're terrified and all huddled in this camper. We end up cooking brats for everybody because nobody wants to go outside. It's one of those packs with 4 brats. We have a total of 3 packs. I grill them up on the stove and give everybody a hot dog. Then get mine. After a while, one of my cousins gets up and goes over to the pot to get another one. He starts grumbling about how I got 2 brats and everyone else only got 1. And I look at him like he's fucking stupid. I tell him that everyone only got 1 because there were only 12 brats. And that if he wanted more, he should open up a new pack and then cook some more. That's when the girl that had been out with Rooster and Tan just starts screaming.
Oh, Jesus! Oh, Lord, get it out!
She's crying and shivering, and then it dawns on the cousin standing up, what the fuck is wrong? Me and him both glance around the room, and I feel my heart fucking sink. I run the fuck out of the cabin, and the girl runs out with us. The trailer door is banging against the side of the trailer, and everybody looks at it and books it out. One of my cousin's friends asks us what the fuck was wrong. I start counting us.
Oh, we're in an ad. We're in an ad.
His own... Oop.
Alright, we're gonna pause
there
real
was
quick, folks.
4 words left, damn it!
I know. I gotta
sorry.
fucking turn... Dude, I have this set... Like, I have our ad settings set to lower. It's so fucking egregious. Because, like, I feel like
I thought
we
you said
don't...
you were gonna turn it off for this week.
I forgot to turn it off. I, like, lowered it being like, oh, okay, like, 1 every couple hours should be fine. Like, I completely forgot to turn it off. I did lower it, but, like, it shouldn't be doing what it is. It might not have just saved the settings. I think, like... I thought about turning it off, and then I didn't because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna forget to turn it back on. And then I forgot to turn it off. Alright, tell me when we're out of that, folks.
Really, like...
That murdered... Restart the
we got
sentence.
about
Yeah.
30 seconds left.
Yeah.
While we wait.
It gives Teddy...
What do
Like,
we wanna
Alicia
talk
is
about for
being
people?
very quiet.
Uh-huh.
I'm just taking it all in for now.
Just hanging out.
Hanging out.
Alicia, what do you think of them dicking around?
I'm gonna...
I
Yeah,
hate
Plumbo.
that. I just hate this terminology so much.
Plumbo, restart from one of my cousin's friends. I'm gonna have to go through and edit this.
Yeah, that's fine. Also, I just want to point out, despite what you've said, I know we've got a bunch of story left. They really haven't... He hasn't really said dicking around that much.
I feel like it was a lot more, but like maybe it's just in that first area. Maybe it's all like front loaded.
Okay,
I don't know, maybe
we're back.
maybe we preempted the dicking around counter.
I know. We'll have to switch to a fuck
Yeah,
count.
probably-
I would
figure out
keep
what
it
the
running
fuck
just
counter.
in case.
Just
I'm
in
gonna have
case.
to-
I mean, it's still here. It's on a
I'm gonna have to edit this anyway.
Was
so it doesn't
this
cover-
written by Vince Pot? No.
Yeah. All right. Ready? Just restart at the thing.
All right. One of my cousin's friends asked us what the fuck was wrong. I start counting us. There's only 11 now.
I shit you not.
My cousin verified. There had been 12 people in the cabin. But being that everybody didn't really know each other well, nobody had noticed the whole fucking time that there was an extra person. And then I realized earlier that I kind of noticed something was off. You know how when you're just dicking around, having a good time, that you don't sweat the small
number
shit? And you don't always keep track of certain stuff. I'm dead sure that someone else had been in the trailer with us. And that they had been there for at least a fucking day, eating with us. What makes it worse is that I couldn't figure out who it was. Because I don't think anyone ever actually interacted with the other person, or the Goatman. The girl kept praying to Jesus, and we're all sitting outside. Eventually, we get big-ass sticks and go back in the cabin, but nobody in there.
Hold on. Pause, sorry. So, this proverbial goat man, which I assume just looks like a normal man at this point, was in the trailer with them, interacting with them, allegedly, like, being close enough to, like, potentially speak to him, I'd assume.
Well, they said it didn't. It was just kind of hanging out with them.
Yeah, but it was there. But
It was there.
Like no one said a word to it. No one looked at it and was like, "Who the hell are you?" Like if I'm at a party, right, and like there's somebody in the corner and it's like no one's really talking to them, I go up and be like, "Hey, man, like what's up? Like, who do you know here? Like, something to make a conversation."
I think there is an argument to be had that one, they are intoxicated. They did say they'd been drinking. 2, they're freaked out and scared. And 3, half of this group is like people they don't know. Like that they had just met that day.
I'm more surprised that they weren't too scared to go get sticks outside.
Yeah.
Why would you go out in the middle of the woods with somebody you don't know then?
I don't know. That part I can't justify.
Like if I don't...
Teddy, we're also from New Hampshire and we're not friendly people.
You're right. Never mind. We hate everyone up here.
Yeah, we don't dick around in the woods like these guys.
We're not racist. We hate every fucking buddy.
All right, backing away at full speed from that can of worms.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So, eventually, we get big-ass sticks and go back in the cabin, but there's nobody in there. Count again. There's 11 people. We go back into the trailer and lock the door. We explain what the fuck happened. The girl says she realized too, and that when she was about to say something, the person sitting next to her... Excuse me, jeez. The person sitting next to her had grabbed her leg hard, leaned over toward her, and said something she couldn't understand. So we are pretty much scared as fuck as we huddle together, and I fall asleep. When I wake up, the sun is just coming up, and half the people are asleep and the other half are packing our shit up. We all want to walk back home, but like 4 people want to stay until the sun is all the way up. And some people think that we're just fucking around and still want to stay in the trailers. I just want to get the fuck out of the woods.
What are we calling that one?
No, don't count that one.
Yeah, no, that's not.
No, don't. Okay.
It's not. No.
Well, it has the same implications, like
girl's
fucking around,
name.
dicking around. All right, sorry, continue.
It's not the same, Teddy.
Look, I feel like there's an argument to be made here, but you know what? I'm not gonna fight it. It's less pen ink I have to use. It's fine.
All right.
Not the penning.
This is a lot of talking for a guy who's not gonna fight it.
Jesus.
I'm sorry I interrupted. Please continue, Plombo.
No.
The show's over.
okay.
Good night, everybody.
You didn't know I could do that, did you?
There it is.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, sorry. Continue.
Where the hell was it? Yeah.
The girl's name.
The girl's name was Kira. The one that the Goatman had touched.
Ooh.
Anyway, I asked her if she really thinks it was something bad, and she says she just wants to go home and that she doesn't want to be out in the woods alone for another night. So we decided to split up. Four that want to go can go, but I have to stay because I have the keys to the cabin, and it's my uncle's. I have to lock up. I'm super pissed at this point because I feel like the people aren't taking this shit seriously, and I definitely didn't want to be out in the woods for another night. I spend the rest of the day trying to convince the rest of the people, now 4 girls, 4 guys, to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Bro's got
Tanner leaves with them to get a rifle and says he's going to be back, so there are just 7 of us by 4 p.m. At around 5 p.m., he hasn't made it back yet, and we're getting extremely fucking antsy. The only reason I stopped begging them to leave was because he went to get a gun. At around 5:30 p.m. or so, the one cousin that did stay says that the girl Kira is outside. We all look outside, and sure enough, she's standing by the fire pit where they're back to the cabin. I'm thinking to myself, if she was so fucking scared, why the hell would she come back? And then I get this nasty feeling in my gut. Keep in mind the whole time, the coppery smell has been gone. Now I realize I can smell just a twinge of it. I say this to the rest of them. Everybody. And these are people that wanted to stay in the fucking woods after we had the goddamn Goatman in our midst, is laughing at me, asking if I set this up to scare them. I'm looking at them like, I am not fucking bullshitting you at all right now. I asked them why the fuck I would play like that. So one of the girls goes outside to get Kira. She gets halfway to her and stops cold. Kira starts heaving. I don't know how the fuck to describe it. Sort of like if someone with their back turned was laughing without actually making any sound. It was this fact that made me realize there was not a fucking sound in the whole woods. It was dead silent. This was like late September, so it was still fairly hot at the time, but super chilly some days too. And you could usually hear big ass geese honking or some kind of birds or squirrels chit-chatting. I step out the door and tell the girl to come back in the fucking trailer right goddamn now. She backs up into it, and we lock the fucking door. We pull down all the shades except one, and put a guy there in a chair to watch Kira. She stands there for another 20 minutes or so. Eventually, the guy turns to say that she's still there, and there's a huge fucking bang on the door. We all jump the fuck up and scramble around the living room for the trailer. The banging is super fucking loud. My cousin is holding one of the girls. The other 2 are kind of giggling with nervous laughter, and me and the other 2 guys are shitting bricks. Then we hear Tan. He's screaming.
Let me the fuck in! Stop fucking around!
We go over to the door and open it, and he stumbles in with a rifle. There's nobody else outside. Evidently, he had walked up to the campsite. Nothing weird happened in the forest, but he had seen a girl. Mind you, he said it was not Kira standing there. When he had gotten to the edge of the clearing, she had turned toward him with a black-jawed look and just stared him down, slowly tracking him as he walked around the outside of the clearing towards the camp. He said it wasn't until he was almost halfway to the trailer that he realized she was getting closer to him. She had started off by the fire, and without him even seeing her move, she had been turning, inching closer. He said he just ran the rest of the way back to the cabin, thinking it would open. When he got to the door and it was locked, he turned and it was about half the distance to the door. He looks around the room and then gets super pale. He pulls me to the side and whispers in my ear.
You know there are only 7 of us in here, right?
I get that feeling where your stomach drops to your nuts. It had been back inside the trailer while we were just sorting out who was going where. And then when we all went outside to talk earlier in the day, it had just slipped right back in.
Plumbo, can you do me a favor real quick before you continue? You're dropping like every other word. Do you want to drop the call and come back real quick?
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, it's
I'm
fine.
sorry.
It's corrected it. No. You don't have to reread anything. It's fine, but it's just adding this like weird stutter to your voice.
All right.
Okay.
I'll drop and come back.
Yep.
I have a what?
Yeah.
So, okay. So either this thing is a shapeshifter, which I'm assuming is what's true, or it keeps coming back and they're not noticing it.
Does my voice sound okay now?
Yeah, you're way better. It was
Sure.
just like as you were
Okay.
reading, it would like cut the beginning of the word, and then it would sound like you stopped and restarted the word. It was weird. I think Discord was trying to compensate for it, but it started sounding super fucking weird. So
Actually, I'm getting it now too. Yeah, it's some kind of connection issue probably.
okay. I'm recording locally, so I'm not super worried about my audio.
I keep dipping into. Yeah, I keep going into the yellow bars, so it's probably why my audio sounds fucked up.
Okay. I'll tweak it in editing. It's a super easy fix. So yeah, we look at the window.
Yeah, just let me know if it happens again.
Will do.
Yeah. Okay. We look out the window, and there's nobody there. So we recount, and then I go over and ask everyone how many people were here earlier. Everybody says 8. I say, well, how many are here now? They all do the count and realize there are now only 7 people in the cabin. Tan had brought back a couple of boxes of ammo and his rifle. He told his dad that there was some kind of animal in the forest because he didn't think he would believe him if he said it was the Goatman. He says that his cousin is supposed to be coming down in a few hours, that in the morning we can all go back to his place, and his cousin will drive us home. Now I'm really fucking terrified. But at least feel better because we can be American and shoot the fuck out of whatever it is if it comes back.
Hell yeah.
But then my cousin gets in his huge argument with one of the girls because she thinks that I'm trying to be funny and prank them. She's getting really scared and thinks I'm not funny. He keeps telling her I'm not that kind of person, and she says,
Well, how do we know the girl wasn't just Tanner in a wig? Or if it's really the Goatman? How do we know that the real Tanner and that Goatman didn't just kill Tanner in the woods and take his gun?
I'm sorry. What do you?
No, it's not just Tanner in a wig.
What is,
by the way,
to be
by the
able
way-
to tell the face difference is the
Yeah.
dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I love
God.
what the image is like this woman is standing with her back to the cabin facing the fire, so she's silhouetted so you can't see her face. But okay, you know what? I understand someone in this situation being skeptical. The whole okay, well, how do we know the Goatman didn't just kill him and take his gun? It's like you go from skeptical to the most extreme options so quickly. Like this
Why am I
girl's.
also imagining?
How do
just
we
like
know
a foot
I'm not
difference
the
between these two
Goatman?
individuals?
What if the Goatman was the friend we made along the way?
Well-
Sorry, what? What, Alicia?
I hate this.
I said for some reason I'm just imagining like a foot height difference between these two people, and for some reason in my brain that makes it even funnier.
How do we know it's not Tanner in a wig? He puts a wig on and becomes a foot shorter.
It's a heavy wig, dude.
Like, I don't know why that's where my brain goes.
All right. Let's keep going because that image is very silly.
Right. So we get into a huge fucking argument about this where me and Tan are like,
We could seriously be in danger because, at the very least, someone has been sneaking themselves into our fucking trailer without us knowing and mingling with all of us. And the worst, something bad is in the forest fucking with us.
one of the girls is crying and saying she wants to go right now, and we're trying to tell her we shouldn't because none of us are walking through the woods in the middle of the night. At this point, the sun is starting to go down, and it's getting a little cloudy out. We eat something and turn on the radio for a while, but we can't really get a station out there with anything decent. So we turn it off at about the time that Tan's cousin shows up. He was like 19, I think. Now the sun is just barely over the horizon, and he has one of those heavy-duty lantern flashlights and another rifle. He walks up to the trailer, and we whisper to Tan, asking if he's sure that's his cousin. He says yes. The guy looks behind him and all around the camp, then walks in. He kind of glances at all of us and looks a little confused, and then he says,
Where's your other buddy at? I figured she'd meet up at the cabin. Is she a little slow or something?
He also asked whether we had been cooking blood in the cabin because it smelled like blood and hot pans all the way up the trail. We are all like, fucking nope. We asked him what the fuck he's talking about with the girl he saw. He had come down the same trail Tan had been using and found one of you's guys' buddies standing in the middle of the trail, looking at him slack-jawed. He had asked her a bunch of questions, but all she did was look at him. Then she smiled, and he said he kept walking. She couldn't seem to keep up with him, kept lagging a little behind. He said he asked her if she was hurt or something, if she needed any help, but she had continued to stare. Eventually, he turned around and abandoned the trail, but when he went back to see if she was okay, the trail was empty. He'd assumed she had taken some shortcut through the woods to our trailer. We tell him the whole story of what's been going on. I half expected him to say we were full of shit, but he just listened and then sat down on the couches in the living room. Tanner's cousin gets back to the girl. He says that when she had kept trying to lag behind him, it kind of weirded him the fuck out. So he tried to keep her in front of him, but no matter how slow he walked, she was always lagging a little behind. He smelled this nasty smell, and it got stronger as he got up the camp. Eventually, it got really strong. She had said something really low that he didn't catch, and when he turned around, she had been right the fuck up on him. He stepped back from her. It was at this point that he asked if she was okay. If she wasn't, he offered to carry her back the rest of the way. She just kept staring. He said he reached out for her, as in to grab her on the shoulder, but he must have misjudged the distance because she was off to the side where he had put his hand. Like she had moved while he was looking dead at her. So at this point, we know this shit's real. Unless Tan is playing a joke, which we can tell he's not because he's almost pissing his pants. They load up their rifles, we eat some more, and we just kind of sit around until about 11. To this fucking day, every time I think about this, I really pray to God that it's some huge prank that my cousins played on me and just never revealed so I would shit myself for the rest of my life. At around 11, the stink of copper turned into an actual gross blood-like smell, like cooked blood and singed hair. Tan and his cousin Reese get the fuck up instantly and grab the rifles. There's like a half knocking, half clawing at the door, And I shit you not, there's this voice. It sounds like when you see those YouTube cats and dogs whose owners teach them how to talk. It says in this halting, weirdly toned voice,
Let me the fuck in! Stop playing!
Ew.
it made my fucking nuts creep up against my body. And one of the girls just starts crying and calling for Jesus. It was so fucking obviously not a person talking. It didn't have the right cadence. That's some shit I never realized until that moment, but all people have a certain cadence when they talk, no matter what language. All people have a certain kind of rhythm when talking. This shit didn't have any kind of cadence or rhythm. One of those YouTube cats, that's what the fuck it sounded like outside the door. It sounded just not funny. Sorry for being on a tangent, but if you can't imagine how this shit sounded, then you can't imagine how fucked up the whole situation was. For context, there's a video, but we can't really play it. So now I'm in full-on terror mode. We keep yelling outside, "Who is it? Stop fucking around, man!" And it just keeps saying, "In," or "Let me fucking,"
Let me the
for almost
fuck
15
in.
minutes. Then the smell goes away for a while. And for the next hour or so, you can hear someone basically creeping around the woods and shit. Every couple minutes, it comes back to the door and says something.
Teddy.
Finally, the smell fades away at around
No.
2 in the morning. Reese says, "Man, fuck this!" Opens the door and walks outside with his rifle. He fires a shot into the air and says something to the effect of,
In the name of Jesus Christ, go away!
He fires 2 more times, and then from the woods, right up against the river across from the trailer, it sounds like something is slowly gibbering and hooting. Sorry, I keep jumping over your speaking cues.
It's fine. If you at this point, I've just assigned you the main character anyway. So if he says something, just feel free to take it.
There we go.
Yeah.
There's
Oh, I
also,
love
I
this
think,
next
a little
line.
bit of lag between you and me for some reason.
Yeah, I usually give it like a pause after I get to like a speaking cue. It's all good.
Gotcha. We lock the door, and we can hear this shit keening and screaming. Reese says something had come out of the bushes, super low to the ground, and it was crawling toward the cabin. He had shot at it. Pretty much that was how the rest of the night went. Literally constant screaming for the next 2 hours, and shit moving out into the tree line. But it never came back up to the cabin until everyone had finally fallen asleep. Dan had been sitting in the chair, watching the door with his rifle. No one else heard or saw this. He told me 2 days later, after the whole thing was over. He said he had been nodding off after the screaming and noises finally stopped. He had been almost asleep when he saw someone come out of the bathroom and then lay down in the middle of the floor and go to sleep. He just assumed it was one of us, and the guy had nodded off. Then he said he kind of realized something was wrong. And while pretending to be sleeping, he counted us. There were 9 people in the cabin.
Oh, I just got fucking goosebumps. Oh, fuck
He
that.
didn't want to try to shoot at the fucking thing and have it kill us and all then and there, or have Reese wake up and start shooting us and kill ourselves, so he just stayed awake all night, pretending to be asleep. He said sometimes it would stand up and kind of do this weird jittery thing,
Oh,
or
fuck
heave
that.
like it was laughing.
Oh, fuck
Yeah,
all
lay
of this.
back
I don't
down.
know. Hold on, sorry. I don't know why. Out
Yep.
of everything in this story, it's been really good so far, as silly as we've been. I don't know why, but it's always this fucking part that gets me. Like, I can tell when one of these creepypastas is really good because I suddenly become aware of every sound in my house. Holy shit, I actually have goosebumps just listening to this right now, dude. Oh,
I got
sorry.
the ick.
Oh, sorry, go on.
No,
I'll
you
give my opinion at the end.
Alright, we're almost there.
This story closes pretty weak because, from my perspective, nothing happened. When we woke up, I noticed that Tan was a little jittery and that he was avoiding looking at all of us. But we ate some breakfast, packed up, and started walking into his house. He stayed last in the cabin and said he'd lock up and bring me my uncle's keys. He told us to just start walking and then he'd catch up, which I didn't really want to fucking do. We got a little bit up a path, and when he came running up, we just jogged back to his house. His cousin took us home. There was a window in the bathroom. Tan had gone back to lock up and looked in there. We were too stupid to lock a screenless window, and it was fucking up when we went in there. I'm guessing it had been doing that all along, waiting for us to fall asleep or slip up, and then getting in among us. It walked with us all the goddamn way back to his house, and then he said it lagged to the back of the group and looked him dead in the eyes before walking into the woods.
Oh, fuck. Oh, and that is Anasi's Goatman. Fuck that story. Like, for a minute. For a minute, I was like, oh man, maybe this isn't as scary as I remember. And then we got to that last fucking scene, and I'm like, I'm so tense. I am curled up in my chair right now. I think the thing that bothers me the most is that it did get inside. It got to them, and it just didn't do anything. It just wanted to spend time with them. And there's something like almost more sinister about that to me. Because like now we know like even less. We know even less of its fucking motivations.
This thing is,
It's lonely.
like, sure, this thing sounds like it's a little weird, right? It's probably weird looking. It's probably like, got some weird stuff going on, right? So like, this thing probably like, it doesn't have friends. So if it sees people in the woods, it's gonna be like, I kind of want to just hang out with you guys. Like, I just want to like lay down and just, be with the group.
That is not what I take from this.
Fun fact, that's actually how I ended up on this stream.
Exactly.
Yeah, he invaded a cabin in the woods.
Lore.
No, like
including the weird jittering.
I feel like even the jittering, like I feel like there's something I don't read it as like a friend thing. Like it there's something more sinister about it wanting to be around people. Like because if it got in there and it just ate them, like we know its intentions. It's just a hungry creature. Like the fact that it on some level has like I guess emotional consciousness to like want to be around, so like that's upsetting. That still fucked me up. I hate that. Like plus I guess I am someone who puts myself in the position of like characters and shit. I cannot imagine just having to sit there for hours with my eyes closed, completely conscious, just hearing this thing walk around the room.
We're about to go into an ad break again. I'm going to try disconnecting and reconnecting again because there's still some lag. That's why, like, if it sounds like I'm talking over people, that's probably why, because I don't hear you speak until I've already started speaking.
Okay, yeah, it's probably just
but I'm going to try to see if that fixes that.
So, Teddy, your thoughts
Should
on
I give
the
my
story?
opinion during the ad break?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you want my... Do you want me to be honest?
Yeah.
Like, brutal. Like, we're talking... Okay. I'm going to be brutally honest.
Yeah.
It wasn't that scary, bro.
Really? That didn't freak you out?
No, like, sure, it was a little creepy, like thinking about what this creature might be, but there's nothing telling me what the creature is.
I mean, they're not called scary pastas.
This image.
I don't know. Like I feel like the fact that it's not shown.
Yeah, it's a little weird. This thing showed up, and it's like, I think first of all, the fact that these people are stupid enough to go in the middle of the woods with people that they don't fucking know is already insane to me.
I love that's
And
where you checked
then,
out.
like, you're trying to get me to believe now that on top of that, now this weird thing is like getting in, they don't know what the fuck it is, but no one's saying anything. And like the one person who does, like, it says anything too, it says this weird incomprehensible garbage, and you're not gonna be like, what the fuck did you just say? Like if you looked at me and you're like, "Hablugadibah," I'm gonna look at you and be like, what the fuck does that mean? What on God's green earth does that could you possibly be saying to me? And it's like no one questioned anything. Like even when you're
I am
drunk, you have
stunned
some
that
level
this
of
is.
comprehension where it's like, if I might, this is not that creepy.
I am gonna have to like really go into like my vault and find it. Like I thought this was gonna be the one to get you. Like
No, like,
genuinely, to this day, this story
I
still
think
scares the shit out of me. Like
I
that,
understand why it's scary, but to me, it's not.
it
It's
just it
a
didn't.
bunch of idiots being idiots, and this thing is just kind of hanging out.
All right, so
Like
Alicia,
if
oh, go on.
I knew, okay, this thing definitely wants to kill you. Like it is hunting. Like if it's the predator, it's hunting you. It can see you through the walls. That's a terrifying concept, right? I can just die without knowing it's happening, right? That's terrifying. There's a thing around that I don't know what the fuck it wants to do. Eh, I don't know. It's just a thing that's there, and if it becomes a problem, it becomes a problem.
That's it. I
Teddy,
like.
I'm very glad you said some of the things you said because it leads very nicely into the story that I wanted to tell.
I
Yes, Plumbo, shoot
I
me
would
the
also
link to
like
that, by the
We
to.
way.
are we are currently in an ad break, so
Yeah, I want to hear Alicia's thoughts
I
on the
want
story.
I
more
should.
fun facts.
I got the ick, man.
One
I
more.
got the ick.
Like so, like
Yeah,
what
that
stood
that
out
makes
to
sense for
you?
you.
Like what part really did it?
Sorry if you hear. Sorry if you hear that beeping. It's throwing me off too. It's my heater. I feel like it's gone off every single time that it mentioned the number of people changing, and something about that is quite unsettling to me.
That's
Anyways,
spooky.
um,
We're
There are
getting
now
the
3
assist
people
from
I
the
in
don't,
this
heater.
call.
I don't like that. Um, yeah,
Suddenly there are
I don't
5 people in the call.
Hold on, let Alicia talk.
I don't know. It definitely freaked me out a little, but I do understand where Teddy is coming from with the whole why didn't anyone question anything sort of thing.
Yeah, I've with these older creepypastas, there is like a level of like suspension of disbelief because like there are moments. Like a big pet peeve of mine in horror movies is when like there's a sudden knock at the door and someone's like, "Hello." It's just like I hate that trope so much. But like I also wonder like okay,
Where
No,
they
what
go
can
to
I?
open the
real.
door and they don't
Like,
look.
Yeah,
no, that's real. Is it's like if I hear a knock at my door, and I've literally done this. Somebody knocked on my door not too long ago, and I wasn't expecting anyone, so I'm just like, hello, like who the fuck is knocking? Why is someone not like Then I go up and like I'm looking, but like that's all real. That's why it's a
I guess
trope.
that's fair. But like yeah, so I I have a question for you guys because I was thinking about this and I had already interrupted like twice, so I didn't want to do it again. The scene where the guy, the cousin is the friend of the cousin or the brother of the cousin or whatever is arriving. What was his name? Reese. Um, where he's like, "Oh, you guys have like a friend that's like hanging out on the trail. Is she a bit slow?" And then he like describes how like she was getting really close to him when his back was turned, but then she'd like back way the fuck off, like if he turned around. Um,
Mhm.
how and she didn't really talk to him. She just kind of stared at him with like drool hanging out of her mouth. Um, how close does she have to get? Mind you, he's holding a gun. How close does she have to get before you're like, the potential murder charge is worth it? Like where you're walking through the woods alone. Like, at what
Being
point
like,
are you just like, All right, I have a gun and I'm ready to roll these dice.
I mean, once you feel threatened in self-defense. So like, if she's walking aggressively towards me and not answering any of my questions, it is immediately. Like, if you are coming up on me and I'm like, hey, what the fuck's your problem? Like, I'm, signaling or something, trying to get your attention, and you're not answering, I'm sorry, it's your fault at that point.
Yeah, there was an exact moment. I think this is the way it would have played out if it were me in that situation. I would have said hello to her. I would have checked if she was okay. I would have seen if she was hurt. If she's just looking at me weird, and I move on, I'm like, all right, hey, if you're good, you're good. You're not replying to me. I'm not gonna be anyone's hero in that situation. So sorry if she's just like high or something like that. But like, if I were to walk away and I turned around and she was getting a little closer to me and following me, my first instinct is a warning. It's, hey, are you good? Are you going back to the camp? No answer. Followed by, I have a gun. And if I get to the camp and I'm walking up to the door and she is half the distance from the fire pit to me, that's where it immediately is like, okay, like I warned you about this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I still love that story. Plumbo has something. Did you send me the link, Plumbo?
I should have, yes.
Okay. I am gonna
Also
go check that.
if I can real quick, I would like to share a little piece of trivia.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to guess how many times the guy says fuck in this scary story?
Oh yes. What is our fuck counter at?
Well, I brought up the story, Control F, and put fuck.
Awesome.
I don't think
108.
There's no way it's that high.
you think 108. Andrew, what do you think?
That's my guess.
So what do you think?
I'm gonna say like it has to be like low 50s.
Low 50s. So we're thinking what, like 53?
Yeah, I'm gonna say like 55 to like 50.
Get out of my brain, because that's what I was thinking.
Okay, so we have 55, and we have 108. You're all wrong. The answer is 70.
No, what?
Oof.
He said. I mean, it was okay.
He
It was
said
very.
70 times.
I swear he said dicking around way more.
Yeah, what was our dicking around counter at?
It was like 3. I swear he said it more because like
2.5.
someone brought it to my attention. Like they pointed it out how often he says that. I swear he said it more.
He said it was like, what was the other dickin?
2.5.
He said another dickin early on. Dickin the day away.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So it
Yes.
was 2.
I
dicking
swear,
around and a
I
dick in the
swear
day
he
away.
said it more, but like, maybe that's just my garbage memory. Because like, I had somebody be like, "Oh, is that the?" I was talking about this story with someone, and they were like, "Oh, is that the one where the guy can't stop saying dicking around?" And then I was looking back at the beginning of it, I was like, "Oh, he does say it a lot," and then it falls off immediately after the beginning.
Listen, one time is too much,
2.5.
okay?
When like, see, here's the thing. Like, I could see like
dicking around.
I could see being like, oh yeah, we were just dicking around, like something like that. The fact that he goes to dick the day away, I was like, okay. I do love
Day away.
Yeah,
Is
no.
phenomenal.
I do love that he
No, it's
immediately
not.
I do love that he immediately goes to like not giving the women any names. Like that was really funny.
Oh yeah, all the men were like, "This is
Tanner,
One of them got a
Jim
name.
Bob. This is
Rooster,
Bruce. This is
my
Frank."
boy Windmill was here. Slackjaw.
And the 3 women.
Windmill?
Yeah. Haynes
Windmill.
sprinkler system showed up at some
Windmill.
point.
Windmill.
My cousin Junior, my brother Senior.
I hate this.
There was one guy there named the Third. right, I'm gonna hit the bathroom. I'm gonna be
Third.
back, and then we are gonna get into this. Also,
There's
I
definitely an independent wrestler named Windmill.
100% windmill. If you go into the Midwest, deep into the Indies, there is 1,000,000% a guy fucking working tonight named Windmill. I'll be right back. I'm gonna hit the bathroom and we'll get into Plumbo's story. What do we got? Okay, cool. We got like exactly an hour. We kind of nailed that.
I am also getting up for 2 seconds. I will be back.
I'm timing you.
So, Palumbo, how did you feel about that story? No one asked you your opinion, but I will. So, how'd you feel? How do you
Well,
feel?
like I said, it got a little shiver out of me, but I mean, so far of the three that Andrew has sent me, it is my favorite.
I would not say I enjoy any of them, like at all. But
I guess while we have some time,
save me here.
I
I'm lost in
should
the...
while we have some time, maybe I should provide like a primer. Are you familiar at all with the SCP Foundation?
Nope. Whoa. Okay, that's a lie.
So
I haven't read any of the stories, but like vaguely, I have been around. Like, I'm on the internet enough, so eventually I have run across like some of the
Right.
stories.
So you're familiar with the premise or the conceit of the website, yes?
Yes. And the only SCP I remember is the giant, weird-looking doll that runs at you when you look away.
Oh,
I have
Peanut.
returned.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Sure.
Thanks.
So, for those like two people unaware, the SCP Foundation is a collaborative fiction website, predominantly
And a non
made up of. That's true. Predominantly made up of stories in the form of articles or dossier entries. The the premise of it, I guess, the overarching premise is that it is a institution that is designed to secure, contain, and protect the anomalous entities, items, or beings within its foundation walls. Hence the name SCP. This can range from anything to the thing that Teddy alluded to, which is SCP 173, I believe, which is a statue that if effectively acts as the weeping angels from Doctor Who. When it cannot move while it is being observed, but when it is not observed, it can move very quickly and it is very hostile. Its article details not only a physical description, but special containment procedures and the like.
All right, I am gonna find
that is one end of the spectrum. The other end of the spectrum is things like just I don't remember the numbers, but there's one that's just a cat whose back half is in another dimension, and her special containment procedures are basically don't feed her cheese because she'll just keep asking for more. So it's not all like horror.
Yeah,
I feel like Alicia would have the same
give it cheese.
containment instructions.
There are some of these.
It has been a while since I've read through. Oh yeah, there are specifically joke ones as well. I'm talking about ones that are like not necessarily like cosmic horror, though those do exist and are probably the majority.
Yeah.
But there are ones that that are more in the vein of, okay, here's a vending machine. It will vend literally any fluid that you type into the keypad, including ones that are non-potable, including, say, lava. It will vend for you.
Hey.
Yeah, no, it's
But anyway, that is the SCP Foundation. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna just say like it is a wide spectrum. There are some which, who knows? We might slip some SCP stuff into the show. Like I definitely there are some like there's one called Stage Blight about like puppets torturing each other, and it's deeply unsettling. But then, like you said, there's like the tickle monster.
So, in addition to the SCP entries, there is some just more, I guess, traditional kind of fiction on the website that centers around the SCPs. One of these is the whole series of stories is called "There Is No Antimemetics Division." It's by an author who goes by Quantum, and it's actually the collection has made it to print. You can buy it on his website, or I think on Penguin Random House's website. And I actually have the first
Good
edition on my
for
bookshelf.
him.
It's a good read.
I absolutely love it when
Good
that
for
happens.
Yeah,
him. Like,
the second
getting
edition
it
is
released
out.
on like physical media. Sorry, go on.
No, so again, it's the lag is making it hard for me to tell when I'm talking while others are talking. So
Yeah,
that's why.
I'm debating.
Yeah,
I get
the
it.
second edition is out now, and it's been kind of removed from the SCP Foundation a little bit, I guess, just to make it more like, because the whole SCP Foundation is like, it has no owner, and therefore it's all under Creative Commons. Therefore, it has certain licensing things. So they've taken it kind of out of that. But the first edition, which is what I have, is this fully in the SCP universe. Again, good read. Recommend it if you can afford it.
Yeah. After we wrap the stream tonight, there's a few things I'm gonna kick around and see like if there's a way to make this better, because Discord I have noticed is just getting worse. But yes, before I don't want to get into like business talk and stuff. So Plumbo, this is your story. This is introductory
So,
to Antimemetics.
Introductory Antimemetics, which I just want to one more blurb before we start. The second story, actually, in the There Is No Antimemetics Division line of stories, and also my favorite.
Hell yeah! All right.
Junior researcher Kim's been working for the Foundation for all of 4 hours, and he feels pulverized, as if an anvil were dropped on his head in that first introductory lecture. It's lunchtime, and he's found a corner so far back in the cafeteria that nobody bothers him, where he can chew and swallow non-anomalous food, drink apocalyptically strong coffee, bleh, and digest the hard lessons of the morning. On his Foundation-provided phone, he pages fretfully through the few SCP files for which he has clearance. Most of them have to be jokes. That's how they read. Like very bad, dark, frightening jokes. Kim's one of 11 junior researchers in the new intake, and the other 10 are sitting in a separate group at a separate table, chatting animatedly to one another. There are some instructors here and there, munching sandwiches. Other than them, the cafeteria, large enough to seat 200 people or more, is deserted. To Kim, that seems odd. Site 41 is large. 3 skulking buildings with significant basement space. Buried casually in the forests of central Colorado, where is everybody? A man in a gray suit walks into the cafeteria, makes eye contact with Kim, and strides purposefully over. The man's suit is sharp enough to cut. He wears a tie pin and a platinum wristwatch as big as a brick. He looks badly misplaced. Site 41 is a working site. There's training, education, research, development, analysis, and even the containment of a very few safe SCPs going on here. Executives should never be here, so what is he? Lost exec trying to find the helipad? A researcher or instructor dressing for the job he wants, not the job he has?
Hell of a first day!
The man says, holding out a hand.
Alistair Gray, with an E. Kim.
Says Kim.
Kim Paul. Good to meet you. What accent?
Other way around.
Wait, what?
He's not James Bond. His name is Paul Kim.
Yeah. No, okay, hold on.
Kim.
I think you misheard. I was doing the transatlantic for the other guy. Paul Kim. Good to meet you. What accent is that, if you don't mind me asking?
Kim blinks.
New York?
He says.
I'm from New York. You the site director? You seem on edge. Well, that figures, doesn't it?
Kim asks.
You must know how that you must know how that intro goes. It's like an atom bomb to the ego. I just had almost everything I know overturned, and it turns out I've spent my entire adult life being protected from dangerous knowledge. As if the whole outside world is a ball pit. A ball pit for under sevens. Stepping out of that has been, humiliating, to start with. And
He blinks again.
hey, what do you do here exactly? You didn't answer my question. You didn't answer mine.
Gray says.
Of course I did.
Kim says.
I'm from...
And then he just stops. His train of thought running off the end of the track into air. It's on the tip of his tongue, the answer to Gray's question, but he can't get the words out.
That's weird.
He says, shaking his head. At this point, he also notices that Gray isn't wearing his badge. This could be an honest mistake, albeit an extremely serious one. But surely execs don't get to the executive level without being scrupulously correct in everything they do.
Who are you?
Kim asks again.
Your life story was fascinating. What? You spoke languages. Oh, you spoke 4 languages.
Gray tells him. You spoke languages.
I mean, it's still correct.
I was like, what?
1 now and soon 0. 2.
Oh, we're in an ad.
For fuck's sake. Okay.
We're in ad time.
We'll start again at you spoke languages.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do we all think so far?
I don't want to say what I think because I think I'm already predicting the story.
So this isn't meant to necessarily be a scary story. It's just like a story set in this horror universe that I happen to like a lot.
I have a few of those that, like, they're not inherently scary, but, like, there is an eeriness to them. Have you ever... I'm not going to spoil anything about it, but I would love to read it on the show at some point. Have you ever read that short story, It's a Good Life?
No.
If it has anything to do with the Twilight Zone episode of the same name, I've seen that.
It's the original story, yeah.
Ah.
Dude, it's upsetting. It's in that same vein of upsetting as, I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream.
Hmm.
Like, that one's really good. There's another one I was listening to not too long ago. And, fuck, what was it? This is gonna drive me nuts. They're not exactly horror, or they are to a degree, but, okay. Hey everybody, yeah, I'm
We're
gonna
back
figure
to
out.
ads, and we thank you, you corporate overlords.
Yeah, I apparently get no say in my ads anymore because I did turn them down, but we're getting more than ever. So like, fucking, that's annoying. After this stream, I'm gonna look into it, and if it's still where I left it, I'm gonna see if I can get in touch with someone at Twitch and just be like, yo, what the fuck? If you're running this many ads on our show, we want a bigger piece of the pie, dude.
I'm sorry, Face. I can't do that for you.
Yeah. Alright, so,
Give me more pie.
yeah. Alright, here we go. You spoke 4 languages.
Gray tells him.
1 now, and soon 0. Too huge an intellect to specialize. Your education was a fusion of biochemistry and comparative literature. You felt as if you'd die if you couldn't find more foreign thoughts to cram into your head. You've been all over the world, hungry, and every country you've ever been to was like landing on another planet. You toy with anthropology, but there's too much world for one human race to ever understand, let alone one human. There's too much human race. We should pare it down.
Kim nods.
Would you excuse me for just 1 second?
He gets up and hurries to another table, to the instructor whom he met earlier that day. When Kim gets close to her, he feels a kind of staticky sensation building up. He tries to shake her shoulder and succeeds in moving it a little, but it's like reaching through tar.
Hey! There's a problem. There's an intruder. I think it might be an SCP, Doc. Hey, look at me! Hello?
She doesn't react. He tries to gaggle of fellow newcomers as well, but they keep chattering and hypothesizing, oblivious to him shouting and clapping in their ears.
Hey! People! Listen to me! No.
He looks back. Gray has stood up and started moving towards him, still with that confident smile. And there's definitely something wrong with him now because he's visible through the tables. Like an augmented reality holo projection jammed inside Kim's eyeball. Kim realizes with a stab of fear that he can even see Gray when he blinks. His eyelids close, but Gray is still there. An apparition in for what all Kim's life has been totally personal, private darkness. The only way he can avoid seeing Gray is to turn away, and even then, he feels a radioactive prickling in the back of his eyeballs. Kim tries to phone one of the newbies. The phone in the newbie's pocket rings, and other than that, nothing happens. Nobody reacts.
That doesn't make sense!
Kim says.
Do you remember your father?
Gray says.
I never knew my father.
Kim says, edging away.
My mom raised me.
Gray's white smile is a fixture.
These people love your perspective. They were going to put you to work on anomalous
Anti-memes.
Yeah, anomalous anti-memes. But they don't remember you exist. You don't exist.
Kim says, mainly to himself.
There aren't any dangerous SCPs on this site. It's a safe site. So, either you're not dangerous, or nobody knows you exist. And if nobody knows you exist, then that means you're either brand new, or you're... Wait, what's an anti-meme? Hell of a first day.
Gray asks, or Gray says.
Are you sentient?
Kim asks.
You seem on edge.
Gray says. Kim bolts. He exits the cafeteria, turns a corner, and runs 10 or 11 paces down the corridor to where there's an elevator. He stabs the down button and waits. The elevator door is highly polished, reflective. Kim catches sight of a face in the mirrored surface and nearly falls over with shock, because it's a face he has never seen before. And apparently, it's his own.
Jesus! Oh, no.
He babbles.
What the hell?
Gray comes around the corner, still only strolling, just as the elevator cracks open. Kim dives in and punches the lowest floor, basement level 8. It's instinctive, although he could rationalize the decision in retrospect. He can't just get in his car and drive. It's better if Gray stays on site than if he's set loose in rational reality. And to do that, it's better if Kim retreats to the lowest, darkest corner of the site for which he has access. Then waits for Gray, then locks all the doors behind them, and waits to die. The elevator starts descending, and the apparition of Gray, visible through doors and floors, disappears upwards, shrinking with distance and perspective, but still smiling broadly down at Kim. Kim paces in the elevator. I don't remember what my face looks like. It said I had eaten all my secondary languages, but I don't remember learning anything other than English, so it's eating my memories. It's consuming information, and I can't contact anybody directly, which means I'm on my own. I'm not trained for this. Sorry, Andrew, do you want to do these parts since they're technically Kim?
No. You can. That's interior thought stuff. You can do that. That's fine.
Okay. He hammers his head once against the elevator wall and stares at his shoes. But I don't know that. What if I've been trained? I just don't remember my training anymore. What if I've been working here for years and I only think it's my first day? What if I've met this thing before? What if everybody on site has met it multiple times and nobody remembers? Is this what an anti-meme is? Kim remembers the near-empty cafeteria and miles of totally unoccupied corridors and vacant office and lab space. Maybe it's not just eating my memories. Maybe it eats people whole, removes them completely from history. Maybe it's been haunting the site for years, and that's why the site's so empty, because it's nearly finished exterminating us all. I need to get help. I need to warn somebody. How? I can't talk to people. I can't phone them. I should write an SCP. Surely someone's already thought of that. He pulls his phone out. He pulls out the listing, nearly 10,000 SCP entries. 100 of them are tagged Antimemetics alone. Kim clears his mind. Gray, with an E. G-R-E... what? 4739. SCP-4739. Object Class. Keter. Special Containment Procedures. I'm disregarding the format because time is a factor. If you're reading this, you've already been isolated from the Foundation at large. Attempt to signal for help are futile. You're now inside 4739's gullet, after ingestion and prior to digestion. You need to get to lab S041, break B08, break 053, as soon as possible and continue the research until you find a way to stop or kill Gray, before it kills you. Don't read the rest until you're in the elevator. Description. At that moment, the elevator doors open at basement level 8. Alistair Gray is waiting, still smiling disarmingly. He steps forward. Desperate, Kim hurls his phone overarm at the creature's forehead. It's a solid chunk of metal, and it's a dead hit. Gray reels backwards and cracks his skull against the wall. By the time he recovers, Kim is out of sight, tearing away down the left corridor, just echoing fading footsteps on concrete. 2 45-degree turns, and room 53 is in sight. The door at the farthest end. It looks like a submarine bulkhead. Kim spots the keypad from way out. 4 digits. He tries 4739, and it works the first time. The bulkhead mechanism takes agonizing seconds to open up.
Come on. Do you remember your mother?
He hears Gray calling down the corridor.
I never knew my parents. I was an orphan.
Kim hisses under his breath. For a split second, he wonders what Gray might really mean by that, but he doesn't have time to dwell on it. The bulkhead opens. Kim slides and pulls it closed behind him, locking the mechanism up again, as if that'd buy him even 1 second. The lab inside is sizable, windowless of course, and stacked to the ceiling with a jumble of equipment which Kim hardly recognizes. There are pieces of thick, shattered glass underfoot. In the corner, there's a computer terminal, locked. Kim unlocks it, and there's the same entry waiting for him. Description. SCP-4739 is a powerful, slow-acting, antimemetic kill agent taking the appearance of a male Caucasian business executive calling itself Alistair Gray. SCP-4739 is attracted to dense clusters of organically stored information. Essentially, extremely knowledgeable, complicated, interesting people. SCP-4739 isolates its victim from the outside world by enveloping them in an antimemetic field, which makes it impossible for the victim, or anything done by the victim, to be perceived or remembered. SCP-4739 then consumes the victim's memories and knowledge until they become vegetative and die. This process takes between 15 minutes and 2 hours and is described as being like Alzheimer's disease in fast forward. SCP-4739 is not believed to be sentient, although it imitates the behavior of a sentient being to the extent that it can appear sentient to the inattentive. Its victims are able to move and act freely, since it is impossible to escape once caught, or to signal for help. Communications such as written notes, graffiti, and electronic mail do get sent and persist in reality, but SCP-4739's effect spreads with each message, making it impossible for an external observer to perceive the message until such a time as SCP-4739 catches them too. The SCP entry which you are currently reading is created and maintained by victims of SCP-4739, because it is only visible to victims of SCP-4739. If you're reading this SCP entry, SCP-4739 has caught you. You are now isolated from the Foundation at large and constitute an effective Foundation of 1. You have between 15 minutes and 2 hours to reach Site-41, Basement Level 8, Laboratory 053, and familiarize yourself with the existing research, and continue this research until you find a way to contain or decommission SCP-4739, or, more likely, die. If your field of expertise is not related to antimemetic containment, we sincerely apologize, and advise you start learning fast. SCP-4739 has consumed 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 79 tally marks follow. Foundation research since we started counting on August 3rd, 2013. If you are reading this entry for the first time, please add a mark. We estimate at least 50% of victims never make it as far as this database entry, so the true victim count is more than twice this figure.
But how do I kill it?
Kim screams. He scrolls and scrolls through the research, which is chaotic and haphazardly arranged because nobody has found the spare seconds to sort it out. There are dozens of separate lines of research, contributed in patchwork by a succession of victims, all ending in variations of the same line. I'm going to try X. If you're reading this, X didn't work, and I'm dead, which means approach X is a dead end, and you have to think of something else. He reads, nobody has succeeded in physically engaging with Gray. Nobody can stall it, evade it, slow it down, reason with it, or redirect it to some other target. People have tried poisoning their memories with indigestible ideas, drip-feeding their memories to Gray to slow him down, replacing their memories faster than Gray can eat them up, and force-feeding Gray too many memories at once to overfeed him and blow him up. They have tried committing suicide by Class A amnestic overdose. None of it worked. More than 100 people, most of them apparently possessing doctorates, have slid into the maw of this thing, fought briefly, and, with a greater or lesser degree of dignity, died. There are no remaining untried threads.
I'm fucked!
Kim concludes. He glances up. Gray's not in the room yet. But Kim can see him strolling down the last stretch of corridor. He's a totally intangible being. Physical obstructions are irrelevant to him. He can't be hurt. Kim clutches the pocket where he used to keep his phone. Wait a second. He scrolls again. He finds the 3 or 4 sad, desperate wretches who died confronting Gray physically. Combat knife and Glock. Baseball bat. Kim looks and checks the room. Sure enough, the bat's there, rolled under a table. One man, an elderly botanist far out of his depth, said he was just going to try whatever he could find that was heaviest. That explains the shattered CRT television, and the light layer of thick glass on the floor near the bulkhead. There was even CCTV footage of the botanist's attempt. He accomplishes literally nothing. Gray is a holographic ghost, and the CRT drops right through him, imploding when it hits the floor at Gray's feet. The botanist spends the rest of the video running time huddled in a corner, gradually losing his mind while Gray watches placidly. The difference being, Kim realizes, with his eyes boggling, a phone is a solid brick full of information, and before me no one tried using information as a missile. Kim searches for the experiments, several of them scattered where the victim tried to divert Gray to a different data source. The general idea seemed to be overload Gray by pointing him at something containing too much information. The internet, or a terabit feed from a live particle accelerator experiment, or a stack of hard drives containing the first few quadrillion binary digits of pi. But nobody could figure out a way to distract Gray's attention. Prominently placed screens full of data he would ignore. Data beamed at him electromagnetically, radio, laser, had no effect. And nobody could figure out a way to tunnel the information in through the victim's mind as extra memories. It was written off as impossible, closed as a line of investigation. The hard drives, Kim finds, are right there on the workbench next to the computer. It's a half-rack unit, a cuboidal block of metalwork as big and heavy as a bowling ball. One of the most ineffective conceivable melee weapons. Kim snatches up the 3 longest pieces of Ethernet cable he can find and starts plaiting them into a chain. Then he remembers who he is, and where he is, and what his responsibilities are. He goes to the computer, to the SCP entry, adds himself to the victim tally, and writes up exactly what he's about to do, what he's about to try. Because he might not be the last one, and the world needs to know that this didn't work. Gray comes through the lab bulkhead to find most of the equipment in the room toppled onto the floor. To create room for a black and silver drive array that Paul Kim is whirling around his head, on a 2-meter chain made of plated network cable. It makes a low, thrumming sound as it whirls. Gray is not intelligent enough to stop moving forwards, and catches the array directly in the side of his head. Rack mount, point first, like a morning star. Gray absorbs a few trillion digits of the impact, but it isn't enough. There's a green snap of light and a noise like a subway train short-circuiting, and Gray's a pile in the corner. His head caved in, and the drive array partially demolished to pieces around him. Kim decides that history can fill in whatever quip it likes best.
It was chewing its... wait, who's saying this?
This is a different person.
Okay. It was chewing its way up the Antimemetics division hierarchy.
Wheeler tells him in the aftermath.
It was only a matter of time until it bit down on somebody dangerous. Congratulations on demonstrating a basic level of competence when it comes... or when it counted. Dozens of others couldn't.
Kim still feels rattled, but the shock is dissipating, faster than he'd expected. Marion Wheeler, it turns out, is the Antimemetics Division Chief.
Awesome.
She's Kim's new boss.
Awesome. Hey. Some women have deep voices. It's cool.
This is true.
Alright. Also, you can tell how good this story is because I just now noticed none of us have fucking said anything.
Yeah, I am like super interested in the like the it's a little scary, but it's also like wicked interesting.
Oh yeah, that's
If
what
you
a lot
like
of the
this,
SCP
like-
stuff is.
If you like this story, Teddy, I'm fully willing to like put forward more stories from this series on the docket.
Yeah, I wonder if I might be into SCP stuff.
SCP stuff is hype.
Like, very interesting. This is also very well written, so
Yeah, I
Or
really
better than
love...
what
like-
we've been reading.
That is the double-edged sword of having like a community-driven like source of media. There is a lot of vetting that goes into it, but also anyone can post to here. So
Yeah.
this is one of the better stories on the website, and again, one of my favorites.
Like, there are some that are, like, really fucking good. Like, the Orcadian Horseman is, like, amazing. Like, that one is, like, really scary. It just, I love the atmosphere of it. The Heart of Darkness is really great. What's the one... Plombo. It has like I think it's an even number. It's like when the SCP, I think it's 1,000. When the SCP Foundation turns against the world, like it or like
I believe it's called Y.
Yeah, it's just called Y. That one is so fucking good.
I might just
Right,
like.
we've got
look
about
up
5
the
minutes
rating
before the
on
next
YouTube.
ad break. Do we want to keep yapping or try to
let's
squeeze it in?
let's read a little more.
Okay.
All right.
This is you, Dumb Luck.
I wanted to say it was dumb luck.
Kim says.
I want to say I just threw my phone. It was instinct. It was muscle memory. It was my first day, and I got lucky as hell. I want to say those things, but I'm sitting here and I'm turning those statements over, and none of them would be true, would they?
Wheeler waits expectantly and says nothing.
You're not my new boss.
Kim says.
You're just my boss. This isn't my first day at all. I've been working here for... well, it must be over like a decade, right? I think I've been a professional antimemetics researcher since at least the mid-2000s. It's just that the first thing, grade 8, was my memories of everything in the past, everything past my first day, and, well, even that. I see very little luck. I see very little luck in that. Yeah, sorry,
You're committed now.
This line is written super weird. I've seen very little luck in what happened today.
Wheeler says.
Instinct and muscle memory are just deep forms of training. Like I said, a basic level of competence, an ability to piece your own life and all your past knowledge back together. Faster than nearly anybody else. This is what we try to drill into you. And sometimes, thankfully, it takes. This isn't even the first time we've had this conversation.
Kim continues.
There have been other incidents with other SCPs and amnestic powers. You've sat there and watched me put myself back together before. And it hasn't gotten old yet.
Wheeler admits, with something which might be approaching a smirk.
How long does it take for me to recover, usually? A few months.
Wheeler says.
But if you want the honest truth, people in this division are as competent on day one as they'll ever be. You come to the job firing on all cylinders. Or not at all. The rest is just fine-tuning and chemistry. So what you're actually saying is you don't care about my mental state and you need me back at work now.
Kim says. Wheeler nods.
I need an updated SCP entry. Just to begin with. I need you to nail down the model for Gray's predatory pattern and exactly how you defeated it. I want you to work out what... I'm sorry, that's written really weird. I want you to work out what it did with the bodies. Incinerated, disintegrated, or just left lying around the site, rotting, perpetually cloaked in heaps. And I need countermeasures for when it comes back. It's not dead? Wait.
Kim says.
I think I know this one. It's coming back to me. Ideas don't die. Damn!
And there you have it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was really fucking good, dude. We might have to add
Holy
more.
shit, we made it with 10 seconds before the ad break.
Nailed it! All right, we'll
9,
that's our
8,
last story for the
7.
day. Like,
So that was like super interesting.
I
Like,
am kind of surprised the sci-fi stuff got you a little more.
The idea behind it, the idea behind it, right, is terrifying, right? If I was losing my memories, that's a terrifying thought, and like I only have so much time to like left to live. All this is terrifying if I was ever in this situation. It's
Agreed.
also extremely interesting as an idea.
I am genuinely surprised this is the one that got you. Like, I knew you had a fear of camping, so I was like, I have him with Anasi's Goatman.
But I mean, there were too many dumb people in that fucking story for me to be afraid of it.
To be fair, I super understand what you're saying. Like, a big example people use, and I am one of these, is, I think it's like Stranger Things Season 2. They have a gun, and there's a character who just leaves the gun while they're being hunted by monsters. And it's like, bro, that thing would never fucking leave my hands. And when I saw him leave the gun,
Yeah.
I think I disconnected, not just from the character, but from the story, like, really hard. I was just like, oh, this is... The writers are trying to get somewhere. Got it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's... That kind of stupidity is like, all right, if you... Like, you know something's out there, why are you keeping this? Like, why aren't you keeping on this gun? The one thing you have to protect you.
I think we're gonna have to add more SCP stuff to the docket, dude, because, like... First of all, I can tell how good the story was because, like I said, we were locked the fuck in. Like, Teddy didn't, like, interject one time.
I wanted to, but, like, it was so good.
So the story, there is no Antimemetics division by Quantum. It has 5 parts. I've read you the second of those parts. And then there is an interlude, and then a follow-up collection called 55555, also by Quantum, which contains, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 parts plus a epilogue.
Fuck.
Jesus.
That'll have to be like...
And that's just this collection of stories by Quantum. I've been recommended, I think it's called Dark Harvest by a friend. I haven't actually had the time to dive into it, but I can, if you want, and see if it's good for the show.
Interesting. I know, yeah, we should absolutely look into that, because, like, even if we just have a night where we're just reading, like, some of the classics that, like, Teddy might not know about, like the Plague Doctor, the Bovine Heart.
You were talking while you were out. I was given a primer, and Teddy mentioned Peanut.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I have heard of Peanut.
There's a few good ones, like really, really good ones. I don't think I want to do the Red Disc because, like, that ends up being like a fucking, like, 6-hour long story. That's so long. Stage Blight, I know I brought that up earlier. That one's pretty good. I'm trying to think, like, what the fuck is the bell called?
I don't remember. I also, like, I'm totally, like, fine to read, like, the articles, but also I feel like it might be better for us to stick to the fiction, because, like, otherwise we're just kind of becoming Vulcan at home.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot that, like, a lot of these are just, like, full-blown things. Maybe we'll sprinkle a few in here, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Let's focus more on the literature itself.
I say, who cares? Let's just have fun.
Yeah, like,
This is our show. This is us just having fun. I'm enjoying this surprisingly more than I thought I would.
Alicia,
I thought I was going to be, like, wrapped up in a blanket or something.
We'll find one. We will find one that there's one that I really want to do, but it's kind of long, so, like, we'd have to break it up into parts.
The only
Or,
one
like,
we'd have
to do it as a special
on is I don't want to the Russian sleep experiment.
Yeah.
That one I don't want. because I remember that one from when I was younger, and the picture that goes along with it, and that one did freak me out.
Teddy, you know where that picture is from, right?
No. Oh yeah, I remember you mentioned.
Yeah, we talked about this.
It's a,
Creepy.
it's a spirit
yeah.
Halloween lawn ornament.
Yeah.
Did you?
So,
I remember. Did
so
you send it to
basically,
me?
what happened
I don't know.
is
Do you want me to send it to you?
someone took a picture
Kinda.
of that thing sitting on a medical bed in like a haunted house, and like they turned up like the saturation and the sharpness of it, and it did make the image nightmarish. To be fair. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to go.
Okay,
I'm
so
sure this is gonna be
hang on.
upsetting, but I hope it's
I'm
less
gonna
upsetting.
send this to Andrew to put on the stream. There's a whole like. Today I learned that there's a Spirit Halloween wiki on fandom.com.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Rest in peace, Halloween Asylum. Oh wait, no, I think Halloween Asylum's back actually. I used to buy a lot of stuff from them. All right, so let me go get this doodad that you just sent me.
Warning: spooky image coming in. For anyone watching.
It is. Oh, you know what? That is mildly upsetting. Still, hold on. Let me switch that over. I think it's.
According to the wiki, it was sold from 2005 to 2008 in stores, and then from 2009 to 2015 online only. Went for
Alright, well.
$150 US.
Okay.
And just not a Spirit Halloween exclusive.
It is slowly appearing in the stream.
I know, it is.
It is.
I mean,
It
There
is
it is.
definitely a lot less horrifying than it was in black and white, staring back at me. through
Yeah,
my
that.
phone
the animatronic
Back,
is
like,
officially called Spasm.
back in 2009 on iFunny.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. All right. This could go away now.
All right.
Leave it.
No, that's fun though. Like, so Alicia, Alicia, you've been really quiet. What are your thoughts on that last story?
Dude, my brain hurts. That's all I gotta say on the matter.
So neither of these stories tonight got you, Alicia.
The first one got me more. You already know I am an overly paranoid person. Wish I wasn't, but I am.
Yeah.
So I think the first one got me more just out of, I feel like, again, I think aside from the questionable decisions that definitely made us laugh a little bit.
The dickin'.
Dicking around.
Dicking
yeah,
around in the
that.
woods, dicking the day away.
I hate this terminology. Anyways, I feel like just the paranoia from that one of it literally being able to pretty much turn into anyone, that kind of fucks me up a little bit, but I think if I'm being honest, I think the first one got me more than the second one.
Okay. So we have definitely gotten Alicia a little bit. Would you say it's enough to say that it scared you? Or did it just kind of creep you out a little?
The first one?
Yeah.
I'd say it more creeped me out than scared me.
Okay. So we have not
You know what? I'll
scared
take
anyone with any of these yet. Not that that's exclusively what we're trying to do, because we did read
Wait,
Jeff the Killer.
You're telling me? I was just gonna say, you're telling me that Jeff the Killer, that Jeffrey of Homicide was not sufficiently.
I have to say, by the way, I've completely forgotten that story since last week.
it's okay.
All right, let's pull it up.
I don't remember.
We got 10 minutes.
We don't. No, we don't need to. I'm all set.
You can
So-
probably reread it, and I would not remember anything.
There is a Jeff the Killer extended universe, and I kind of really want to dip into that at some point.
I'm sorry. What do you mean extended universe?
Oh,
There's
I
a
still wanna-
universe, and you know,
So there's
Hold on,
Jeff
first we
the
have to
Killer.
Talk about the Evil Bong extended universe.
That is a real thing, and I love it. Dude,
Yeah, and we need to
okay.
watch it.
We 100% need to watch Evil Bong. That movie is so great.
Oh, I want to.
But yeah, no, there's Jeff the Killer. There's Jane the Killer. There's actually two canons for that. This is how autistic I am. The first canon, the Jane Arkansas canon, is the more recognized one, and then there's another one that no one gives a fuck about. Then there's Jeff versus Jane. There's Jeff versus Slender Man. And then
Of course, we get to Slender Man.
Oh yeah, no, he's always here. He's around. Fuck, I would have said like let's watch some Marble Hornets, but like fucking Creepcast literally just did that. Dude, I'm pissed actually. One of the fucking episodes they did, the episode they just did was the Harbinger experiment, and that's literally the next story I had on the docket. So I was like, fuck, now we have to change that.
Oh yeah, because I'm sure we're taking away so many of their viewers.
No, it's not that. It's like I don't want to look like we're like fucking. I don't want to make it look like we're chasing them, and because they posted one, I saw something that kind of annoyed the shit out of me. There's a story called Spire in the Woods that got like slated to be made into a movie, and like Universal claimed every instance of the story, so it had to be taken down for years. And then like Creepcast was just like, fuck it, we're gonna do it. If the video gets taken down, it gets taken down. Fuck them. We'll just keep re-uploading it. And it stayed up miraculously, and then suddenly every creepypasta channel like was only doing Spire in the Woods for like a month, and it was exhausting. So it's like I don't want to like flood the market with shit that like the biggest contender is
yeah, fair enough.
Is like already doing. I don't want to look like we're like dick riding or anything like that. Or like trying to fucking leech off their success. I really want this to be its own thing. But yeah, like I have a few that I want to do, Plumbo. There's one that I'm specifically gonna run by you because it does touch on certain things, but like I don't think it does it in like a grotesque way. Like a big rule that like I personally have for like if I'm gonna read a certain type of creepypasta, and I had this rule on my channel originally, was like, I'm not gonna touch anything that's like gratuitous with like sexual assault or like abuse of like children, like anything that seems like it's about the violence or the assault rather than the themes those things carry. I kind of try to stay away
like
from.
shock value kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't want it to be like snuff or like shock value.
We're not shock jocks around here.
Yeah, like there's one. God. It's a really scary story, but it does deal with like child abuse in like the worst kind of child abuse, and I go back and forth on them like, do we read this, especially right now in the world? And my
Maybe
answer,
not.
yeah, my answer's been like no for that one for a while, especially with everything that's like going on.
Also, it figures now that we're done reading that the fucking lag goes away, and like I can hear people at like normal time that they're speaking.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck the deal with that is. We'll figure it out.
Heard
I don't.
my opinion at the beginning of before the stream, and I'm not repeating it here.
Yeah, like there's one called The New Fish that I really like. That story is pretty fucking spooky. It does deal with certain prison things, so Plumbo, I'll probably send you that one and have you kind of glaze through and be like, you're kind of my barometer, because there are times where I've just said like, yeah, fuck it, making art is uncomfortable, but like,
I don't know that I want that job.
Like this, I personally
Plumbo the
feel like
barometer.
I personally feel like this one would be fine. I do want you to take a look at it though.
Why am I the moral compass?
You think I'm gonna let Teddy do it?
Why not me? Why not me? Why couldn't I be the moral compass?
Teddy, you've threatened to eat people.
They deserved it.
There are things you have said to me off stream and out of the ring that I am pretty sure were not a sentence ever spoken by a human before you said it. You have that fucking ability GK does where like if GK walks up to me and he taps me on the chest, he's like, hey, guess what? I know I'm about to hear some fucking horrific shit.
You're about to hear some insane shit.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna repeat what he was here, but there was one time at a WrestleMania party where GK looks at me and he made a joke about one of the announcers, and I turned to him and I'm like, GK, I I pride myself on always having an answer for everything. For the first time in my life, I'm fucking speechless.
Oh my god.
Like, it's you have done that to me almost as many times as he has.
I think my favorite ones though are like the physical comedy version of that. Like when you're like the the time I love is when you're like, does anyone know how to tie a tie? I need someone to help me come tie a tie. I'm like, I got this. And I come like walking over with the determination of like, I gotta tie this tie. And I do this simple like quick wrap it around knot and pull it tight.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? From my perspective when that happened, by the way, I was just like, oh, this seems like a skill Teddy has. And then I watched you fold it over the wrong way to start with, and then my brain just went, wait a minute.
Wait. That's my favorite type of bit.
But yeah, Palumbo, so I kind of dig
I'm
this.
still.
Sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say the other kind of bit that I love is gaslighting people, and I may or may not be doing that right now with a color.
I know.
I hope he's.
I know as well.
I don't know, and I don't know if I want to.
Well, that's
I'll
Teddy.
tell you
That's why we made the background what it is. It's your favorite color.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no. So Palumbo, I kind of really like this style of like I pick a story, you pick a story.
Yeah, all right.
Like if you want to keep doing that, we can definitely do that.
pick
I
the
feel like
story.
it adds a new flavor to things.
Can we do a wild card where Alicia and I pick stories off the internet?
At some point, yes, I'm willing to do that, but I don't want it to be Reddit stories.
Can one of my
Roger.
stories be the gaycation?
No.
Yes.
That's a different show.
Yes.
That came up in conversation the other day with not you guys.
Oh my god!
God, that
hell
story
yeah.
is so
Well-
goddamn funny.
Speaking of
don't
anti-memetics, the
remember why.
gaycation really is one because
No.
like once you hear
Oh.
it, you don't stop hearing it.
Like,
No, actually, that's what it was. Is I was leaving a store. I was like leaving a store, and I heard somebody like 3 aisles over be like, "Yeah, it was called a gaycation," and I'm like, "Whoa,
no.
whoa!"
I have had a
Not
similar.
in a while.
Okay.
You have to submit to the gaycation.
Or
Body
be
and
overcome
soul,
by
or
it.
be destroyed.
Or be destroyed.
Oh,
That is the
Oh,
one line.
no.
That is the one line that makes me believe that story is fake. But at the same time, I know people who've said more insane shit than that. One of them's in the call, Teddy.
hi.
Like, but yeah, no, I think I don't know if we're gonna make this a weekly show, but 'cause Plum, I know next week you're like mad busy.
Yeah. So next couple weeks are gonna be. Actually, is it next week or might be the? No, it's the weeks after. Okay, so next week I will be around.
Okay,
The
so we'll
the following 2 weeks are gonna be tight just because of work shit.
Okay, so we'll do one more of these, and then we'll
You know,
All right,
We'll take a
so
quick break.
hang on.
real quick while we're
Before we
talking about
before
our,
we
our schedules. Well, if I could real quick, while
yeah,
we're talking
go
about
ahead,
our
go ahead.
schedules, I'd like to mention that this coming Saturday in Nashua, New Hampshire, will be NCW. Tickets are available now at eventbrite.com. And if you may or may not have seen the post that went out on Facebook today, the Hacky Jacks Connection will be shooting for the stars and dealing with something with Brother Abe. I don't know what he's bringing on, but that kid is a vibe killer. I'll tell you what.
Ken is a
Watch that
pest.
video on Facebook. Go watch that video on Facebook and the Next Gen Wrestling Center Facebook page.
Yes, go check that out and show
check
up
it out if you're able.
if you're able.
Ha-ha!
He is able. But yeah, go boo Big News Bill for me. I can't be there to do it in person, so just let him know I'm there in spirit.
Remind him that he got pantsed at the last show.
Face, before we leave, I
Yeah.
just wanna. I found one of the like an older story that I was looking for, and I want you to see what you think of it.
Okay.
There, I just sent you the link.
I don't like the lead up to this. He was too cavalier in the way he said that.
Yeah, this is 2 minutes past when we were supposed to
Okay, so we promised this to Adam.
Wait, did we actually?
Yes, we promised this
Oh.
to Adam at some point.
All right, you guys don't get to know what this is.
He really, he like texted me after that first stream. He's like, I want to fucking narrate that.
I did that as a joke. We are now doing it because it's real.
This will happen. This will happen at some point. We'll call Adam. I like Adam kind of being like I want to get him involved in this somehow. Like I think he brings a good vibe to this.
To be fair, this one probably has enough in it that we could do multiple people doing voices.
That's probably what we're gonna have to do. I think Adam's gonna be our narrator.
Yeah. Not giving anything away. You can probably guess what it is we're hinting at, but if you can't, you're gonna be surprised.
Yeah,
I don't know what any of this is.
This was brought up last week's episode of After Dark. Adam was asking for it in the comments.
It is only really a creepypasta in the most technical sense that it is like a web fiction in the horror genre.
There's moments of it that I would argue are like full-blown horror. All right, folks. Thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight at Party Shed. It's 10:01. I'm gonna go get some dinner.
Do I play the outro on this one?
I think we need something different for this one.
Hold on. Ready?
Can we commission someone on Fiverr to do like the outro on like a church organ or something like that, so it sounds spooky?
Oh, that has to exist somewhere.
Yeah.
It's also like, I mean, it's very much licensed music that we do not have the rights to, so.
No.
Yeah.
All right. I know what we can end on. All right. Get ready to hit stop streaming. You ready?
Yeah, I'm prepped.
All right.